Maryland now trailing for the first time today, looking to respond. It'll be Honar, Keister, and Orr due up in the top half of the sixth. Nathan Schwartz with you here from Joe Etzel Field in Portland. Game 3 of this 3-game set between the Terps and the Pilots, and the rubber match as well. Caden Siegel, the new pitcher for Portland, and the first pitch he throws is down low for a ball. Righty on lefty here from Siegel to Honar. Siegel, the junior right-hander, a Portland native, making his 6th appearance of the season. And the 1-0 fouled away for strike number 1. Siegel last appeared last Saturday at Creighton. He went an inning and 2/3, giving up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Siegel working out of the stretch. We'll look back into the mitt, getting a new sign from the pitch comm. The 1-1. Up and out to Honar for ball 2. Sam against Gaston, the starter, was 0 for 2. Went down looking in the first and then lined out to the center fielder Holcroft in the third. The 2-1 from Siegel, inside for ball 3. And a leadoff base runner would work wonders here for Maryland in the 6th, trying to even this game back up at 3 or even take a lead here in the 6th. Siegel again out of the stretch, the 3-1, hit a long way to center field. Back goes the center fielder Holcroft. He can only watch it go over the wall, and Sam Honar's gone yard to tie the game. Honar with a big fly to tie the game at 3. It's his 3rd homer of the season, and we're tied at 3 here in the 6th. Maryland was only trailing for a couple of minutes. And just like that, we're tied back up at 3 apiece. That's the 7th hit of the day for Maryland, the 2nd leadoff homer of an inning today. And now Siegel will have to reset and face Keister. The first pitch to him, a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count from Siegel to Keister, the pitch. Breaking ball laced down the left field line, and it'll go all the way into the corner. Kevin Keister rounds first, and he will slowly trot into the second base bag with a double. Back-to-back extra base hits to begin this inning for Maryland off of the reliever Siegel. A solo blast for Honar, a double for Keister, his 2nd hit of the day. And now, guess who's coming up? Jacob Orr. Already 2 hits today for Jacob, an RBI double in the 2nd, a single in the 4th. And now he's got another chance with a runner in scoring position with Keister. 0-0 pitch, misses down low for ball 1. Maryland has struggled with runners in scoring position today, only 1 for 7. That 1 hit was Jacob Orr's RBI double back in the 2nd inning. 1-0 delivery from Siegel. Swing and a miss on the changeup from Orr. It'll even the count at a ball and a strike. If you're just tuning in, game tied up at 3 here in the top of the 6th. Sam Honar just hit a solo blast to center field, his 3rd homer of the season, to tie it up. Keister off of second, 1-1 the count. The pitch from Siegel. Line drive into right center field. That's going to get down for another hit. Jacob Orr strikes again. Keister around third. He actually gets the stop. Matt Swope not trying to get too aggressive here with Maryland's bats coming to life in the 6th inning. However, it's the 3rd hit of the game for Jacob Orr, his 6th hit in the last 2 days. And for Caden Siegel, he's given up a homer, a double, and a single to 3 consecutive hitters to begin this 6th inning. She started 1 of 8 from three-point range. She's 3 of her last 3 to make her 4 of 11. She's got 18 points, also 4 rebounds, 17 shots, Tyler, 17. She's doing a majority of the shooting for JMU, willing them back to competition in this game. Maryland looked like it was going to pull away at one point earlier in this quarter, but all of a sudden, here come the Dukes, and it's because of McDaniel's threes.
How about that from a sophomore to come into a big game like this and to realize, hey, you know, I need to step it up if my team is going to win this game, and she certainly has done that.
There's a turnover out of the break right there for Sterling and the Dukes.
So that's the second time I feel like coming out of a break where JMU's had a chance to draw something up on the offensive end, and it just goes awry.
The first time you're referring to is when there was a foul on Cheyenne Sellers when she caught an elbow to the face.
And that resulted in 2 shots there on the intentional foul.
Absolutely.
And that was immediately as soon as the inbound came in.
McDaniel off the pass, catch and shoot perfection for McDaniel.
And that's more points off of a turnover there for Maryland.
That's textbook right there from Sellers and McDaniel.
That's 17 points now Maryland's gotten off of a free possession.
McDaniel corrals after that missed shot and offensive rebound for James Madison. Barnes right wing to McDaniel. Sellers playing much more aggressive against McDaniel. And a whistle. Possession goes to Maryland. A big swing right here for the Terps out of the timeout.
Yeah, it seemed like McDaniel was getting the Dukes right back into the thick of it, but out of that break, it's been all Maryland. How about Fisher there? Hard work to get the jump and get the ball back for Maryland.
She stepped up in a big way over the last 4 games, playing a lot more minutes, and a lot more minutes today, especially with the slew of injuries for Maryland.
It's a good pass by Fisher.
Nelson, wayward shot. Kubek with the putback. Can't get it to go, but a foul.
Number 2 there on Bristow.
And now we're starting to see more and more Dukes get into some foul trouble. See contact with that right hand. Bristow coming in, transferring from Ohio State. Didn't play in the first 10 games this season due to some transfer rules, but got the green light to be able to play in Sunday's game against Maine, and now playing in just her 2nd game with the Dukes.
Yeah, we were talking to their SID before the game, and he was saying she had the choice. Do you want to play the rest of this year? Or do you want to wait and play next year? She said, I want to go right now, and she's been contributing.
McDaniel, no good again. There's a nice block by Ali Kubek. Sellers corrals it, and here come the Terps. Sellers, McDaniel wide open in the corner. Yes! Bree McDaniel connects from beyond the arc. And it forces a James Madison timeout. What a turn of events here at Xfinity Center for Brenda Fries and company. Let's take another look.
Yeah, it hasn't really been the best day for McDaniel shooting-wise. Forget all of that. That's a huge shot, and that is what big-time players do. That's one that Maryland really needed, again, to try to extend that lead. Ice cold there from Bree McDaniel.
51-38 between Maryland and James Madison. Maryland on a 6-0 run over the last minute and 10 seconds. James Madison just 1 of their last 8. And this has really turned into a point in this game, Tyler, where Maryland, if they get a couple more buckets, can run away with it. McCord was looking for Marvin Harrison a couple times on that opening 3-and-out drive. Went to train him on that 8-yard rush. But Maryland's going to have to isolate Harrison. But the problem is if you isolate Harrison, Emeka Egbuka and Julian Fleming are right behind him.
And those are 2 NFL-bound wide receivers right behind him as well. Egbuka, projected first-rounder, who had a great game last year against Maryland. But you're right, you got to use all your weapons.
Egbuka in the slot here on 1st and 10. Cade Stover in motion. It's a handoff to Trainum. Big pile, but he escapes to the left side and rushed through a couple arm tackles. Hippolyte brings him down at the 31, gain of 6 on 1st down.
And if Trainum can have that effect that we expected Henderson to have before he was ruled inactive with those big running gains, that's going to set up the passing game so well for Ohio State and for Kyle McCord.
Trainum 13 yards rushing on 2 carries to start. They'll call it a 5-yard gain, put the ball at the 30 here on 2nd down. McCord play action, looking across the middle, and it's caught. Past the 40 to the 41 is Egbuka, his first grab today.
And that's where he's so good. It's the middle of the field. Egbuka playing a lot of slot wide receiver for Ohio State, where he's projected to go at the next level. On those gains right there, that's where he's most dangerous.
2 notes for Maryland's defense. Jayshawn Barham did not play last week. He's in there right now for Maryland. Tarheap still has not seen the field so far today. Corey Coley is in there in place of Tarheap still. 1st and 10 from the 43. McCord hands it off up the middle. This is Trainum going nowhere Quayshawn, Fuller, and Barham there for the stop gain of 1.
For Maryland, that front four has been great so far, applying pressure. That's their first big stop on a running play. They need to continue that. They can't let Tranum get going here in the first quarter.
Maryland let Dallin Hayden get going in that third quarter in last year's game. Another handoff to Tranum here. He's got a seam up past midfield to the Maryland 49. Gain of 7.
And already here on drive number 2, he has more rushing yards than he did the entirety of that game against Notre Dame. He only had 13 rushing yards. He did have that game-winning touchdown, but if Tranum gets going, that sets up Ohio State's passing game so well in the play action especially.
Hippolyte had the tackle for Maryland on the last play. 3rd and 2 from the Maryland 49. Harrison on Coley. Handoff up the middle. Tranum, he's got the first down and a little bit more to the Maryland 45. Second first down of this drive for Ohio State.
And Ohio State's identity early in this game is very evident. They want to get Tranum going. They want to get the running game going. They've stayed away from the passing game so far in the second drive with the exception of the Egbuka reception. And they haven't even targeted Marvin Harrison. We'll see if they do that. Maybe take a deep shot to Harrison here now on first down.
Tranum has scored in 2 consecutive games for Ohio State, and it's clear he's the lead man with Henderson out. Play action, McCord looking right, looking for a pass downfield. Pressure by Maryland. He had a man underneath Tranum with the check down, but missed him.
And it looked like he wanted Harrison there on the play action, trying to take a deep shot on first down, but the Maryland front putting the pressure on McCord.
9:58 remaining in this opening quarter. Maryland, a shocking start, forcing the 4th down stop on the fake punt, a 4-play 30-yard drive with a 15-yard touchdown pass from Talia Tungavailoa to Caden Prather. 2nd and 10 coming up from the Buckeyes from the Maryland 45. Harrison one-on-one on the far side with Jaquan Shepard. McCord looking for him, comes across the middle, and a great play made by Bo Braid coming from his strong safety spot. He's knocked the ball out of the hands of Egbuka.
I mean, that's just phenomenal right there. Bo Braid playing back. Egbuka looked like he had the easy catch, but Braid is just so big and strong at that safety position. He's had a fantastic year so far for Maryland. Huge stop right there to force 3rd down.
Maryland brings in Kellen Wyatt, one of their better pass rushers here on 3rd down and 10 for Ohio State from Maryland's 45, and now a whistle blows. Most Maryland women's lacrosse players come from the East Coast, but not Jalen Rozga. Her journey to Maryland started in St. Paul, Minnesota.
I remember actually in some of my grad parties, there were some people asking me if Maryland lacrosse was Division I.
Minnesota is far from the lacrosse hotbed that Maryland is, and playing there is filled with obstacle.
There's snow for 9 months out of the year.
After obstacle.
I was gone every single weekend, traveling for lacrosse, just trying to get better with my team, in hotel rooms, right? You're on the road constantly. But it was all worth it because now I'm here on the best place on earth.
Not only did Rozga come halfway across the country to play for Maryland, but she's the first player from Minnesota to ever play for this program, a true testament to her work ethic.
I think Jay coming to us from a different background just really opens our players' eyes to lacrosse in different areas, but she hasn't missed a beat. She's come in, she's involved in everything. She's a great leader for us on the team.
A leader both on and off the field, Rozga also helps run lacrosse clinics for young girls from her home state, something she didn't have as a kid.
I want to give every single girl that's in a small town or in a non-hotbed area the chance and the belief that they can do it. They can go to any school that they want to. They will find a home.
Having paved her own path, Rozga is now doing what she loves at her second home. For Terrapin Sports Central, I'm Nathan Schwartz.